Well, a warm welcome to everyone here this afternoon, and we are excited for these two to join in marriage this afternoon. I'm glad you showed up. But and I must say, I've known these two for probably just over 3 years now. We're neighbors, and I must say, you guys clean up nicely.
Not your usual sweatpants.
Anyway, we're here today together to witness these two enter into a covenant with one another in front of everyone, and obviously before God. And so I just want to say this afternoon is that in verse 33, God gives the couple almost the opposite commands, if that makes sense. So what I mean by that is that when you think of men, and you guys will all attest to that this afternoon, is that we have a certain respect for one another, right? And the reason we need to have that is because if we don't, we're probably going to be leaving with blood on our shirts, right? And so there's a certain respect that we've learned to kind of learn over the years as we grow up. But for women, on the other hand, they have just this amazing gift of nurturing, right? And God's kind of placed that on the woman. But nevertheless, it's natural, I think, in many ways for women to love. And so God kind of gives the opposite commands, right? He gives man the command to love his wife, right? Because it's something that's not natural within us, right? And he says there, specifically in the original text, he brings about this idea that the love that you've got to give her is unconditional. So it's not based on her performance. Even those days when you wake up and you're like, right? Like he's calling you to love her regardless, right? And in the same way, Summer, he's calling you to respect him, even on those days when you feel he doesn't deserve it, right? God is calling you to respect him unconditionally.
I promise to push you to be the best man and father you can be for as long as I live, whether you enjoy it or not. I also promise to be your listening ear and shoulder to lean on. These past 5 years have been the most adventurous and growthful. I've gotten to see you grow as a person and as a father. I still remember the first smile you had when you held your son in your arms for the first time. The joy and worry that you had painted on your face, and that's the moment I knew you were going to be a good father. You prove it every day, whether it be 3 a.m. and you have to get up for work at 6, and our son has decided he's sleeping with us and sticks his little fingers all over your face until you hold his hand. Or how excited he is the moment you walk through the door every day for you to come cuddle with him. I always smile because I remember when we first started dating, I would always get super excited for you to get off of work, and the moment you walked in and put your keys on top of the fridge, I knew I could talk your ear off about how my day was. When I think about my future, I always see you and I in it accomplishing anything. Because you're my motivator, you always tell me to go big and motivate me to keep pushing until I've accomplished what I put my mind to. I love that we never have a shortage of words to say to one another, and that we talk for an hour before we can go to sleep, even though we've been talking all evening. Or that we can be goofy and sarcastic to one another and no one gets upset. I love that you love all the things that I hate about myself, how you always text me good morning and always tell me how beautiful I am. I look forward to a lifetime of annoying and loving you because I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else.
I had heard many stories about you for almost 2 years before we were allowed to even meet, for fear I would tarnish your good reputation. When we finally got to meet, we didn't exactly hit it off too well, and I think you said I was a little abrasive or something along those lines. It wasn't until about a month later, when you were craving a chocolate fondue, and you invited me over, having heard I could cook. Well, for the next 2 months, it was almost impossible to get rid of me. For weeks on end, we would stay up talking about life, the universe, and everything. You learned the best of me, and you learned the worst of me. And over the years, you helped bring out that better side of me and shape me into the man I am today. 5 years ago, if you had told me that we would have a beautiful baby boy and be getting married today, I would have said you're crazy. But here we are, and I couldn't imagine having anyone else by my side doing this. You are an amazing, caring, and loving mother, and the light of my life, and I can't wait to start the rest of my life with you. Here's to all the adventures we have, and all the many more to come. I love you to the moon and back.
You guys have signed, and legally you are bound, and so I present you Mr. and Mrs. James. Eric, you may kiss your bride, and don't be shy.